All right, Shehds went ahead and sent me another light to try out. This is their 100 watt LED LEKO. It does warm and cool. So I figured we would take a look at it, just kind of walk through the different features that it has and figure out like, hey, is this something that you actually want to try out for your church? Right off the bat, because I know everyone is always concerned about this retails for about $170 on Shehds' website. So, I mean, as far as lights go, that's pretty cheap. And we'll talk about the things that make it that cheap and whether or not it's worth it. So let's kind of dig in. First of all, in the box, you get the actual light. It's pretty small, honestly, as far as a LEKO goes. It's not too heavy. So you get the light, you get, here you go, the instructions. I bet you're surprised I could find that in this giant mess going on behind me. Yeah, I need to clean up in this space. Anyway, they also give you this little filter bracket, but no actual filters to put in it. So that's a bummer, and I don't actually have any here, so I can't show you that, but you get it. You also get a little gel holder as well as some RGB gels. So we'll maybe see what that looks like here in a minute. But that's about it. You also get the power cable, of course, because like, speaking of power, let's take a look at the inputs and outputs on this light. They do have power in and power out. I don't actually know what these connectors are called. They're like 3-pin power connectors. I don't know, but it's cool. You can daisy chain these guys. I think it says you can do like 30 of them together. So that's fun. I don't know if I would do that, but good to know that you can. And then it also has 3-pin DMX in and out. And so all of that is just these nice little tails right off the back of this light. So you don't have to plug in directly to it. Gives you some space when you actually start rigging these up somewhere. So love to see that. Love to see the connectors not directly on the light. Also means you can position them and then plug stuff in and you're not worried about moving these things around. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. I haven't really used LEKOs before, so I don't know. Let me know if that's normal and I'm just a light noob. But moving right along, obviously on the front, you have a place to actually put that little gel filter. And then here are your barn doors, so you can shutter things in and out. Nice little locks here on the top that you can control that with. Obviously your mounting arm. And then right here is where you'll actually control the focus of your beam. And we'll take a look at what those look like in a little bit. Digging into the manual a little bit. Again, this is your 100 watt LED LEKO, can do warm and cool. They have tons of pages of just warnings about this thing and very little on how to actually use it, but it's pretty straightforward, so that's good. A couple of stats about this light, if you want to believe the marketing materials. Color temperature, the warm, feels like they have these backwards, is 2700 Kelvin, and the cool is 7000 Kelvin. They have them listed the other way. I guess maybe colors are backwards in China. But anyway, it also says at a distance of 5 meters, you're gonna get anywhere from 1000 to 1200 lux. I don't have a light meter. I don't know if that's good, but there you go. The zoom angle though, which maybe is actually important, is gonna be 17 to 40 degrees, just based on where you actually have your lenses set. So, you know, do your measurements based off of that. And all right, that's enough of this manual. It actually has a couple of different modes. You can either just turn it to warm, turn it to cool. That's not going to be useful for most of us in our church settings, but again, obviously it has DMX control. I have a simple little light board here to test it out. You can either do it in 2-channel mode or 6-channel mode. 2-channel mode, one controls warm, one controls cool. I guess I need this manual because I don't remember what 6-channel mode is. You've got dimming, strobe, auto mode, mode speed, and then your warm and cool. Honestly, for something like this, I would probably just use 2-channel mode and save those DMX channels. But maybe you're not like me and maybe you just have channels out the wazoo, in which case, sure, go for it. Go for 6-channel mode, get crazy. But let's take a look at what this thing actually does. How about it? It turns on immediately. You get a menu here. Hold this down and you can actually control the menu. Yeah, there's not a lot of menu options if we're being honest, but you can go through those and actually change like your DMX mode, see some stats about the light, set your fan mode, etc. There's really nothing we need to change here. We'll keep it on DMX 1 and 2-channel mode, and we'll kind of go from there. So again, we'll go ahead and turn on. Man, I'm sitting here trying to turn this on. I've got all the barn doors closed. Let's open those first. Why don't we? Then maybe I'll blind you guys in the camera. Wha-bam. There we go. That's that warm light. And then, wha-bam. there's that cool light. And then again, as we do those barn doors, we can actually close that up, turn that light down, as you know. All right, let's go ahead and point it behind me and let's see if we can see this on the wall. There we go. There's a nice light. You know what? That's the better direction. Boom. Can you tell that I haven't ever tested lights in this room before? I bet you can. All right. There's a nice cool light. Let's maybe go with warm, right? There's our warm light. You know, and one of the big things about a LEKO is you can make little shapes right here with your little barn doors and your shutters. Get little lines in there going on like crazy. And then again, we can change our focus. We can make that a real nice sharp line. He says as he makes the blurriest line of all time. You could spread that out. You can do all sorts of things with your little controls here. You can put gobos in here. One of the things, again, I mentioned, we could do a color filter in here. So let's put some green. That's a green light, right? What do you know? You can mix colors. Wow, it's like a turquoise. You know the drill. You know how colors work. As far as noise goes, it does have a pretty loud fan. It takes about 5 minutes for that to actually kick on after running it at 100%. So now we're just going to sit here and wait until the fan actually kicks on so you can see how loud it is compared to how loud I'm talking, and we'll kind of see how that goes. I probably should have turned this on, warmed it up a little bit beforehand. All right, fast forward. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So the light right next to me, I don't know how that sounds. I don't know what it sounds like directly next to my mic, but it's running. They're not quiet, but they're also not the loudest things I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I think they are pretty comparable with every other Shehds light I've ever owned or any other cheap Chinese light. It's probably louder than it realistically needs to be, but that's just is what it is. And then at this point, if we actually go ahead and stop sending any signal to it, it should take, in my testing, about 30 seconds for this fan to shut down. So good to know that it doesn't just run continuously just because you have these plugged in and they're getting signal. It does actually only run after the light itself gets warm. So if you're not using these that much, or you're just using them, you know, during louder moments in your services, for example, or any kind of room noise, or they're put up high, you'll probably be fine. But again, like, it's not quiet. So when you're just sitting in your room, they'll be silent if they're not running, but they will not be silent when they run. That's always kind of one of the biggest thing I think with these Chinese lights is like, yeah, they're cheap and they work, but they're almost always loud. All right, and I may have lied about the 30 seconds because it's been about 45 now, and oh, there we go, 45 seconds, and then this thing stops running. So it probably just depends on the actual temperature that I got up to and how long it is. So don't expect it to be immediate, but it's not gonna take super, super long. So anyway, what do you think? You guys think there's a use for this in your church? Do you feel like this is worth it for $170? Obviously, I don't know anything about the longevity of this thing, but it seems like it gets pretty bright. Seems like it'll kind of do the job if you're looking for some effect lighting or a very simple spotlight, or I mean, even a stage wash in a pinch if you really had to. It's not really wide enough for that in my opinion, but what do you think? Again, just another cool light to look at. Cool little gift from Shehds. Maybe I'll see how I can implement this. But anyway, let me know also if you like just this quick product rundown. Obviously, I don't have any real world examples of this, but if it's nice to just see a product that maybe you've been thinking about buying, maybe I can do some more of these more often. Anyway, until next time.